Hello, friends. Welcome to Talking with Famous People. My name is host Derek, and as a sergeant in the Type Police, let me welcome you to another exciting episode filled with law enforcement fun of Type Police.
Try as you might,
you just can't hide, 'cause you're mistyped. And I've been waiting to pull you over all night. Type Police, Type Police, please pull that guy over. He says he's INFJ, but seems extroverted, sensing to me. I think he's ESFP or Type Police. Alright, welcome back to Type Police. First let me just say, I really appreciate everybody's positive comments about the theme song. That makes me incredibly happy. Any kind of comments or feedback about any of my musical productions is greatly appreciated. I really like that. And I appreciate Power Red Bull asking to hear the alternate theme, which I will play at the end, I guess, for everybody, now that I mentioned it. Okay, so I've got behind this badge here a lady who claims herself to be an INFJ. I'm not sure. Let's find out. This was called in by a concerned citizen, by the way, in the comments. Boom Shikha. Let's find out what she's like.
Guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, and I welcome you to my channel as always. I hope that you guys enjoy my videos and hopefully you learn from them, which is my highest goal with these videos. Recently, a person on Instagram messaged me and asked me if I had ever been lonely and I had no friends. Was there ever a time when I had no friends and I was really lonely? And my heart actually kind of felt a little bit bad, and it kind of squeezed a little bit. You know that squeezing feeling where you're like, oh my god, I feel so bad for this person because I know what they're going through. Because you have this thing where all of a sudden you feel connected to this person because you know exactly where they are, and you just want to hug them, and you just want to tell them that everything's going to be fine because I've been there and I got through it and I'm here now and everything is better now. And so if I can get through it, you can get through it as well. Now, of course, I had to do a video on it, but before that, I did message him saying, yes, absolutely.
Huh. She does have some NFJ-ish qualities. She's got those big eyes. You know, I've talked about that before. NFJ eyes. INFJ eyes in particular. She's got an INFJ physicality to her, but that's not definitive of anything. Let's watch some more.
Yes, a billion times yes. I had been in a situation like that.
A
I had been
billion?
in a situation where it felt hopeless and it felt really
billion times you told this guy yes.
And the words I used for
That's a
him
lot of
were
yes.
absolute and utter loneliness. So lonely that my heart would squeeze every single day with pain, and there would be no one to speak to about it.
But okay,
now, a lot of this
hold
loneliness
on.
was self-created because as INFJs,
Was there a billion times loneliness?
And this is something that you guys are probably going to get irked by. You're going to be like, no, I don't create my loneliness. Well, I do. I did create my loneliness. A lot of the times what we do is we push people away, especially people who want to be in our lives.
You go away.
This utter feeling of
you go away, I'm pushing
says,
you.
No, don't let this person into your life.
Don't come here to me.
They're going to hurt you. Not everyone's going to do that to us, but we kind of assume that everyone is going to do it. And so we never let people into our circle. We don't let people into our hearts. We don't let
Get out of my circle, get out of my heart.
We don't actually
A one-act play by Boom
we
Shikha.
push people away, and that's how we create our loneliness in a lot of ways.
Oh.
But I think this individual who messaged me was in high school or in university. just from the messages that he sent me. And I remember how it was in high school. I had friends because I am a really good chameleon, and I can pretend to be whatever my friends needed me to be. And so I had friends, but not really friends in the real sense of the word.
Come here and be acquaintances with Boom Shikha. Only acquaintances for me. I don't know. Let's watch a little bit more. For some reason I want to make jokes about this woman. I don't know why.
Around me, but I was lonelier than ever because there was no one in my life that I could really speak to about my goals and my dreams and my wishes and my hopes. You know,
my goals and my dreams, my wishes and my hopes.
To be a public speaker. I wanted to be a speaker of ideas. I wanted to be a sharer of my thoughts and ideas and ideals and goals, and I wanted to travel the world. And
okay, I just want to point out that usually NI types don't do that. That thing where they give you 4 synonyms for something, you know? And my goals and my dreams, my hopes, my wishes, my aspirations, and my thoughts about the future that are positive expectations of a likelihood that may or may not occur. My expectations of glory for the future. It's like, okay, well, that's enough synonyms. But the thing is, that's not usually an NI thing. NI people don't like to play let's share all the words that we can come up with. They like to play let's find and use the best word.
I wanted to work online, and I wanted to be free. I wanted to be independent. And so I have all of these.
Did you also want to be unchained and liberated, set loose, off the hook, off the nene? It's a new one. You guys probably haven't heard that one yet. It's a new one of those.
But all of my friends, all the people around me.
Oh, scare quotes.
They had very simple goals. They wanted to get a really good job in a really good field, preferably a lawyer or a doctor or engineer or an accountant, and make loads and loads and loads of money, get married to a really rich guy as well, and then with all that money have a couple of babies, retire early, and then spend their time traveling.
Sounds like a sensible plan. That sounds like a very sensible plan.
So I couldn't actually really confess to them, first of all, that I did not want to work in a corporate field.
You didn't?
And so obviously I did, because it's so hard to convince people when you're a teenager.
Teenager? It's hard to convince them that you're right when they tell you go into the corporate world and you're like, fuck that. Well, that's probably true. The adults are probably right. It's important to make money. You know what I'm saying, lady? Boom Shikha. I love the fact that it's Boom Shikha instead of Boom Shikha. That's great. Let's see. What else you got to say? I don't know what she is.
That you know what's best for you. You know you're not going to be happy in that field, but you do it just because everyone else is like, well, what else are you going to do? And you're like, well, there's other things I can do, but I'm not going to argue with you, right? So there was that loneliness.
Why aren't you going to argue with me?
Where I couldn't.
I hate it when people want to argue with me.
The people around me. But not only that, but as an INFJ, there were a lot of ideas in my head that were really different, if you want to say it. They were not the kind of typical ideas, and they were the kind of ideas that perhaps will cause people to dislike you, people to feel that you are different from them, and usually people don't like people who are different from them. Even now, I don't share a lot of the things that I do with the world. I don't share my ideas or goals or the way I'm living my life with a lot of people. No one really has a clue of what I'm doing. It's funny because
Except for your
I found
5,000 plus
you know,
subscribers.
recently, a bunch of people have been asking
But
me,
with you guys,
"What
I'm
have you
telling
been
the
doing with
truth.
your life?"
Okay?
And it's so funny.
I
'cause I'm
normally
like,
just bullshit
I'm always
everybody,
the kind
but
of person who just brushes it off, and I'm like, oh,
with
well,
you
you know,
subscribers, I'm
same old,
honest.
same old.
Okay? So you can trust me. Normally, I'm just bullshitting everybody. Boom Shikha. I don't think you're an INFJ. You seem more like an NFP. Or even potentially an SFP. I guess I'll give you a couple more minutes of listening to you, but I'm pretty sure you're going to jail.
Same as last year, same as the last time I talked to you. And it's funny because I can see the look in their eyes and the faces of the people that I answered this question to. They're like, did you ever tell me what you've been doing? And they're like, I don't think they just don't know what to say to me because they have no idea. They're like, well, maybe she has told me. I shouldn't make myself a pure fool and ask her again. So they just change the subject. I mean, I changed the subject. I'm like, oh, so what have you been doing, really? And so, I mean, they'll start talking.
Okay, well, that shit she's describing there is kind of INFJ-ish for sure. Like, not wanting to say anything about yourself. And always getting information from others and not really giving much information. That is typical of INFJs, but this video would seem to belie that, right? Now, obviously, granted, in a video, you have to give information. You can't just ask a bunch of questions. But I guess she's positioning herself as talking to other INFJs. The thing about INFJs, of course, is they are capable of performances that vary from situation to situation. They don't have to display one way exactly. I don't think this lady's an INFJ. She doesn't sound like one. And I haven't heard any TI yet. I've heard some SI storytelling linking back to somebody who wrote or something. I've heard other SI links to sort of, well, not necessarily. She's telling more NI past stories about high school, talking about things in general. Like, people in general had this, people in general. That's more of an NI approach. But it's still example giving, which is less common for NI. I think give her a little bit more time.
Talking about themselves, and that's totally fine with me. I really don't want to share what I'm doing with the world because I'm happy, and I don't want people poking their eyes into it, poking their nose into it, and saying, "What have you been doing? This is not the right way to live your life. You should be doing this, or you should be doing that." And I'm like,
the FE doesn't seem to be very nuanced. Exactly. I'm gonna err on the side of caution and take her to jail. I don't think you're an INFJ, Boom Shikha. You're talking about a lot of FE stuff, but it doesn't feel like second slot to me. I don't know. I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna take her downtown. I'm gonna, take her downtown on kind of a trumped up charge of blocking traffic, while I pulled her over, she was out in the roadway, so she was blocking traffic. Because she was standing where I told her to. So, well, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If she hadn't stood where I told her to, I would have tased the fuck out of her. Anyway. That gives me an excuse to detain her a little while longer. I'm going to take a sort of a poll of the commenters here. Let her go or arrest her? Now, I'm going to do one last thing here before I close up the show. Anyway, you get in the car, lady. You go get in the car and keep your mouth shut. Alright? I'll put you under the badge. I got to talk to the audience now for a while. Yeah, no, I won't turn on the heater. You're fine. Okay, anyhow, the alternate ending. I mentioned in a comment that there was a second, not an alternate ending, alternate theme song. There was a second song that was the original song that I made for a theme song, but Kimberly nixed it. She was like, she didn't like it. She said I could do better, and that wasn't good enough. Somebody asked if they could hear it. I think it was Power Red Bull asked, who I appreciate him asking these kind of questions a lot. And I said, sure, and I put it up there. And he put some comments, which I was looking for a little while ago and couldn't find because I got distracted by something else. And then I saw them pop up on my phone, but I didn't read them, And I want to go read them because I always want to read comments about music stuff. So this was the original one that Kimberly didn't like. Tape 'em. Police. Tape police. Watch out. Tape police. Watch out. You couldn't hear me any of that stuff I was saying, which is fine. You could hear the song and then without me interrupting it. Okay, so anyway, that concludes this episode of Type Police, and I will play the actual outro and say goodbye.
Try as you might, you just can't hide, 'cause you're mistyped. And I've been waiting to pull you over all night. Type police, type police. Please pull that guy over. He says he's INTP, but seems extroverted, sensing to